I'm Rita Peters from Convention of States Action, and I'm coming to you live from the National Conference of State Legislators. We are wrapping up our final day here at the conference. This is our third day here, and this is our first time ever to have Convention of States present at this particular legislators conference. And I have to tell you, it has been well worth the effort to get here. We showed you our booth the other day. We have a beautiful booth space. It has been busy, but the best thing is the meetings that we have had with state legislators from all different states while we were here, just one-on-one meetings and small group meetings with our headliners. I'm going to actually take you over to Mark Meckler right now. He has been a part of all of those meetings, and I think we've made some great progress here, but I'm going to let you hear from Mark now.
Oh yeah, catch me on the floor.
Mark, give us your take.
Yeah,
What
from the
was it
floor?
like here?
What was it like from the floor, right? I mean, this is kind of funny because I think people don't picture me sitting on the floor at an event like this.
He does. He sits on
I
the
do.
floor.
I like it. I'd rather be in jeans than the suit. I did not wear a tie. It's been great. Honestly, I would say the thing that's been most interesting to me here, and Patty said this, as she was walking around handing out cards. We have these little cards we give out that have our polling on it. We ask people to come to the booth. The vast majority of people that Patty handed a card to said, well, I already know about this. I already know about you. Like, your people come to my office all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you said the Ohio comment.
I haven't
So
yet.
we had an Ohio legislator that actually said, oh, I already know about this. Your people are in my office all the time. In fact, they should have had your people hunt for Bin Laden because he would have been caught and killed a lot sooner. And he meant it as a compliment.
Favorite legislator quote ever, by
best
the way.
legislator quote ever. And that's because you guys out there in the grassroots, you're actually doing your job. And one of the things being here, it's been great, but I would say a little less valuable than I expected because of that. Because our grassroots do such an incredible job of covering their legislatures. There's not a single legislator we've met that didn't know our people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is incredible. So we've been around 10 years. It seems like a long time to us, 10 years of work. In legislature years, that's not that long, right? For a lot of legislators, that's a couple of terms, right? And everybody knows this. This is an incredible thing. I don't know of any other grassroots organization in the country, and I say this openly to our donors and legislators. You can go into any legislature in America. We've proven that here today. You could talk to any legislator, Democrat or Republican. They will know about Convention of States if they're more than a one term. Like, this is not they're not brand new. And being here to me has proven that, right? Try and hand out cards, oh, I know about you. They don't all love us.
Right.
They're not all our supporters.
Right.
So we had a bunch of people like, oh, I know about you guys. I'm not in support of you or whatever. But they all know. And so while it's been really valuable, I mean, that's one of the most valuable things is knowing that. One of the things, this is something you and I pride ourselves on, is that you guys are out in the field doing what you're supposed to do. But we're not with you every day. Like, we don't actually know because we're not on the ground. We're not there when you're doing a gun show or you're going to somebody's office or whatever. So to come here and have this overwhelming thing like, yeah, we already know about you guys.
Right.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of you.
We had several conversations with legislators where Mark and I were both able to say to them, oh no, our people are not just some name on a list. This is not a chit-chat society. Our people are activists, and that's really been borne out here by the number of legislators who've said, oh, I know, I hear from your people all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and that really is the most important thing. And when we founded this organization, and it was pure grassroots, and we knew it was always going to be grassroots, but the question was, is it just a grassroots list, right? A big email list or a big Facebook following? Nothing wrong with those things.
Yeah.
Lots of groups have those things. What almost nobody else has that we have because of you guys is you guys actually do the thing. Like, you're on the ground doing the work. I always say activists are active. And so that's what we measure, and we know because we measure, but man, coming here, it's visceral.
Right, that's right. And you know, the thing is though, it's an election year this year, as you all know, which means that we've got a lot more work to do with all of the freshmen. These are going to be new legislators coming in, and we want to make sure that when we come back here next year, the year after, or whenever it is, we're still getting that same reaction. And that is everyone saying, oh yeah, I know about you. I hear from your people all the time.
Yeah, one more thing I want to add to that. I've not had anybody say to me, and I don't expect this, but I'm proud of it. Nobody said to me, and your people are so mean to me,
No.
and they yell at me, and they threaten me. And a lot of other organizations, that's how they work. I mean, that's their methodology, and they will say, you know, we beat on people who are with us. We don't do that, right? I mean, we behave in a Christian way, in a kind way. We're direct with people. We're firm with people. We had some firm conversations with people, but it's never berating. It's never abusive, and people know that. They know our people are going to be smart and kind and professional and knowledgeable, and we hear that from a bunch of legislators while we're here.
Yeah. The other thing we heard just today or last night from the legislator was, we know your people are not just likely voters. We know that convention states grassroots are voters.
Period.
And so that's a big deal
Well,
to
and
any legislator.
he was a leader in a house in the legislature in his state, and he actually said, I won my primary because of your people.
Yeah.
And so he had a primary. It was a tough primary. He's a big COS supporter. And he said, your people show up, they donate, and they vote, period. And he said that he won by 300 votes, and he knows that our folks in his district represented at least 2,000 votes.
Yeah.
And so he said, look, I know your people gave me the win.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, this is somebody leading a house in a state who comes to us and is just saying, I know your people did this thing. And he said, I also know because of your status, your legal status, you don't tell them who to vote for.
That's right.
Right? And so what that means is, and he acknowledges, your people are sophisticated. They get it. You don't have to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
You just tell them, make sure you go out and you vote and you get involved and you guys do the right thing. I mean, the level of compliment that he was paying you guys was amazing.
Yeah, and you know, a big part of the value in our being here at a conference like this is that we were able to get him together in a meeting with a legislator from another state who's still on the fence and isn't quite sure how she's going to vote on convention of states when it comes before her. So that is just priceless to be able to have someone like him telling his story and having another legislator hear that from him.
Yeah, so I love it. I mean, you guys have had a chance to see our booth. I think it's a beautiful booth, and I've done a lot of trade shows over the years. I'm really proud of the booth. I mean, I think our comms department did something spectacular. I didn't have anything to do with it. These guys designed. You had some role, but you were part of the team.
I was just an idea person,
Yeah.
but it was the comms team that executed and made this happen, along with a big help from our cameraman right now, Paul Phillips. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Now, Mark, I think they might want to hear from Rick Santorum. You think?
I'll go over there and talk to a legislator. Maybe we can get a legislator in on this.
Okay.
All right, let's walk over here and.
I said 6. You said 7 at the beginning. Oh, sorry.
All right, we're going to intrude, and we've got Rick Santorum over here. He's busy working, so we'll get him in a second. He's with a great legislator, and so I just wanted to come over here and show you guys. We're live streaming right now. So, Jim, I hope you don't mind. You're going to be famous on our live stream. South Dakota legislator, good friend of ours, great guy. We've got Grant Martin here, one of our regional directors, Deanna, one of our regional directors. This is what it's like in the booth all day long while we're here. So we're hanging out, we're having conversations with legislators when they come by. We got Rick here. All right, so Rick.
Halfway they had a bet going on.
All right, so we got, you guys jump in. You're here at the booth. What's it been like here at NCSL for you? And Jim, is this your first NCSL or you're an
It's
experienced?
my first NCSL as a legislator.
Okay.
My wife used to work for the Legislative Research Council, and I would come as a guest.
So how has it been for you first time as a legislator?
It's been great.
Is it different as a legislator than a guest?
Oh, yeah, it's different. And the social aspect of it is the same, but there's less time for that as a legislator.
Right.
So
So our folks don't know, what do you do here as a legislator? When you come here as a legislator, what's it all about for you?
Well, for your, you just try to sharpen your saw on issues that you're working on back home. So for me, I'm sitting on a summer study this year, and we're looking at the development of AI,
Right.
what we can do at the state level to manage it, regulate it, but if it should be regulated.
Right.
Frankly, I'm kind of getting to the point where I think we need to institute policies for how state government uses it, and also how to regulate the internet to keep harmful content from.
So
juveniles.
there were workshops on that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there were several AI sessions.
Very
I think
cool.
8 or 9 of them. I got tired of going to them, frankly. There's a lot of recycled material.
That's why you're here
After
talking
you
to
went
us and enjoying yourself.
Take
So
a break
No
with-
recycled material.
No.
All fresh.
Is this your first? You've been here before as a presidential candidate.
Yeah, I
right?
spoke here in 2012 to the NCSL when I was running for president, and spoke at the general session, which was sort of a fun thing to do. And now I'm back on the other side of lobbying legislators and talking to them, which has been a lot of fun. I mean, it's great to meet here because you get a little bit more quality time. Yeah, legislators are busy, but they also have flexibility because it's not like they have to be someplace. It's really, they're here, it's sort of their oyster, and they can spend the time as they see fit on the issues they care about. And fortunately for us, there have been several legislators who have given us quite a bit of time to talk to them and push back and forth on these issues. And we obviously have several states that we're focused on. South Dakota being one of them, right there. South Dakota is one of those states, and so we've met with some folks from South Dakota, we have Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Iowa. Those are the states that are really in the focus for us right now, and so we've had an opportunity to learn a lot of those things. It's been great.
All right. Well, we interrupted you guys enough. Go back to what you were doing.
We're talking about hunting.
Hunting. Well, I saw you guys exchanging photos and stuff. So you get just serious stuff here. These guys are talking about hunting. This is why we come to NCSL. So if you're a hunter, you can see there's even hunting discussion going on here. Look, it's been a great show for us. I'm excited we came. I'm sure we'll be back again. We go to other stuff. This is the first time we've had the booth. You guys had a chance to see the office in the booth. For me, that was the highlight. Like, we actually have a place to sit down and talk to people. It can be pretty loud here on the floor sometimes. So getting a chance to sit in a quiet place, and the legislators really appreciate it too. Being able to get off their feet, get off the floor into a place that's quiet and private. Maybe next time you can come. We'll have all of you here with us. So that's all I got. Signing off from NCSL. This is Mark Meck.